What's up, Angel City? Welcome to episode 69 of Angel City Chicks. And I am, of course, your host, Amanda the Panda Philemon. And I am joined today by, of course, my favorite podcast partner, Nina, I don't have a nickname for you, Kiefer.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Giggity episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are on all the social media platforms. Hit that like button if you're joining us on YouTube. Give this episode some love. Welcome to another episode. We are going to be live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. going forward, recapping all the latest and greatest from Angel City. But you can still listen to us anytime on all the streaming platforms. That's right. We're on the YouTubes. We're on the Spotifys. We're on the Apple Podcasts. And if that's not enough for you, our pod fam is growing. We've talked to you about Shea Butter Podcast. We've talked to you about Casual FC. And now we have another pod joining the pod fam. That's right. Coming from one of our supporters groups, Poderosas. They are doing Poderosas FC Radio. And you can find them also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Audio Boom. Much love to the pod fam. Love to see it all growing.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's so exciting. It just means more and more people are out there talking about women's sports, talking about Angel City. So we love to hear it. And yeah, go check them out. I guess we're the only dum-dums that decided we wanted to be on camera, because why not? So good. I know, right?
Hashtag do not recommend.
I mean, I love it. It's fun. I think a lot of people enjoy it. The visuals, you get the fun little graphics, which you'll see throughout, which is also a great time. But I had to get ready.
And you get to see how much wine we consume.
Oh, well, I've got Topo Chico currently because it is past 7:00 and I've entered my intermittent fasting era. Yeah, I know. We might have to adjust that time an hour back or an hour forward, or I might have to just change my intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you don't want to have to eat during our thing. That would be very awkward for the millions.
And millions. Shout out Defenders of the Bank. But yeah, no, I mean, at some point I will, but yes, Topo Chico for me currently. You have a well-deserved glass of wine.
Yeah, I think just over the weekend I had told you that I was going to stop drinking during the week, and we can see how well that's gone for me this week.
Yeah, well,
this week is already a Friday in my head. It's pushed me. It's pushed
Tuesday is already misbehaving, it seems, in Nina's world. But yeah, I mean, again, like we said, Tuesdays at 7, we're going to start doing these. We're going to be more consistent. So if there's one game of the week, if there's 2 games, if there's 3, we're going to talk about them all on there. If there's no games, then we're going to just dig up some information to talk about to all of you, which with the World Cup coming up, this is going to be a lot of fun because we'll have plenty to talk about, and super excited for that. I think we are, 10 days away from the World Cup launching, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit in our World Cup watch. But like you all know how we are doing this, it's pretty standard now. We've got some NWSL news. We have some ACFC news. Yeah, we do.
We got a few things here. We actually have a pretty fully packed schedule. I threw a bunch of stuff on here because this is also kind of it's not our first podcast of the month, but it's like our first podcast of the month where everything for the month has now come out. So we got a lot to get through, but let's start with some NWSL news and notes. We've covered in the past this USL Super League.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What are we doing? I still don't understand all this. I know that we have talked about it on previous pods, but I still don't get it. And maybe until we see something happen with it, I'll get it. But yeah, talk to everybody about what's happening in the Mile High City. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, right. Denver.
Yeah.
So Denver is starting to push big to bring either an NWSL or a USL Super League team. They're already kind of naming themselves Denver SC, as in for Colorado, not just football club. And they are pushing hard to try and figure out
for Colorado. Stop. Wow, they really went there with that. Okay.
So they are out there. They are saying, hey, we are here. We want a team. Bring it on. Who wants us most? And, you got to give credit to Denver for trying to play this up as the new league starts to launch. I'm sure because of Angel City and San Diego Wave that the cost of admission for the NWSL is a teensy bit higher than the does not exist yet league.
Yeah, the Fugazi League, can we call it that? I know. It's a Fugazi
Maybe.
League until there's some legitimacy to this and it's not just a bunch of, like, fluff and stuff up here, it's gonna be called the Fugazi League for me, so
Yeah, so we will see where they end up, but Denver's saying, "Hey, look over here. Hey, look over here." And speaking of somebody we're going to be looking at, big waves coming out of OL Reign star Megan Rapinoe, as she says 2023 is going to be her last. She has been a trailblazer, not just for women's soccer, but for women's rights, equity, every sport in general. And she has said, this is it. This is her final year. She is retiring and she is going out making some news and noise as she takes her last few moments in a complete public eye to, make a few waves, if you will.
Right.
She is advocating heavily for trans rights and was actually saying that she would accept a trans woman, somebody who is now female, within women's sports, and she would play soccer against them. And we're not going to get too far into this because we know this is a hot button issue and we know that there is a lot of science behind this, but I do love Rapinoe for taking her last few moments to really make a stand for justice and equity and for bringing light to something that a lot of people are shy to address. So big shout out to her on that as she goes down and light some fires as she goes. I really love her and respect her for using her pedestal as she can right now. She announces her retirement and then immediately goes and says trans rights.
I mean, it's kind of like, whenever you take a spotlight and it's on you and it's like you do what you do. And then all of a sudden, oh, while I'm here, and since you guys are, focused on me, let me take this time to address something that I feel needs to be addressed. So keep following that, see how that all plays out. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. This World Cup being her last. I mean, I feel like her name has been a name that I've heard in women's sports, especially the women's national team, for so long. And so it might be it's going to be a little odd, in the next many years not hearing it. But she's had a tremendous career and, nothing but applause to her.
Yeah.
But either way, speaking of applause, let's talk about NWSL's Best 11. Yes, we do. We have a slide up for all of you that are on YouTube so you can take a look. But this is for the month of June. So we're going to see a familiar name on this in M.A. Vignola.
Yes!
So I know. It's so exciting to see one of our own up there and well-deserved. She really has come into her own since the start of the season till now. It is unfortunate that she is injured. I feel like if we would have had her, we may have blown Courage out of the water even more.
Oh, we absolutely would. And she's going to take this time. She's going to rest up. And as president of the fan club, I want to assure you that she intends on making this for August once she's back. We know July could be a little hit and miss now because we're about halfway through the month and she's been out injured. But let me rest you assured.
Rest you assured.
Let me rest you assured that my girl is going to be back out there taking names. She is ready to set fire to the league and show everybody what she's got.
Absolutely. And for those of you not on YouTube, I'll just run through this list real quick. So we had Williams, Smith, Carolyn, Dabinia, Coffee, DeMello, and then Vignola. Is it Erceg? I think that's how you say it. Erceg, Kurtz, Huerta, and Murphy from the Courage. Actually, there were 3 from the Courage that were on there and only 1 from us. But hey, didn't matter, did
it? Nope. Didn't matter. We got ours, and that's all that matters to me.
Yes. So anyways, let's move on. You said you put a lot of Angel City news into this, and I'm going to let you go ahead and start all that off because, there's quite a bit to, and most of it's very philanthropic when it comes to news. It's not so much team news. It's more about what they're doing in the community and what they're doing outside of the club, which this club has prided itself on so much on that being very forefront on what they're wanting to accomplish.
Yeah, so 4 little pieces of news here. The first one being the SOAR internship program that is sponsored by Birdies that actually launched. And this is really cool because they're taking high school students and they're putting them as interns within Angel City. So you've got your PR intern, you've got your like sports intern, so it's really cool because they're all learning leadership, teamwork, sports, entrepreneurship, as well as public speaking. And we got to see some of these SOAR interns, actually, I think all of them, in the press conference because they all came in and they had to ask questions. It was super cool to see. I love this. We're used to, another plug here coming, Kids Scoop Media being in the press conference with us. And that's something really cool that Angel City has supported. This is a nonprofit organization that brings kids to media events and teaches them what it's like to be in the press room, to ask questions, to get to sit in the press booth for games. And now we saw kind of what we've already been seeing all season, supported by Angel City through Kids Scoop Media, really expand in a sponsorship model with Birdies supporting our SOAR internship program.
Where was this when I was growing up? I mean, seriously, how cool is this for these young women to be in this space where they have nothing but strong, talented, amazing women around them to just inspire and lead the way for them? I mean, man, I didn't get to see that. And so I'm just super jealous, but also super excited for all of them that were involved. They were all just so professional and just really cool thing for them to experience in hopefully paving the way for whatever they are doing later in life. Now let's talk a little bit about the Viva La Bonita collection that collabed. Yes, merch talk. Viva La Bonita collection is available now, a collab with ACFC. Your dreams are your wings. That is kind of their tagline. The merch is super cool. I mean, they have all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, again, I
absolutely love this collection. Yeah. Absolutely love this collection. And I love to see Angel City being really responsive to the culture that is behind this team specifically, and to not only create merch that we like, but to create it in our sizes.
Heck yeah, that's right. Inclusive sizing, making everyone feel comfortable wearing something, no matter what. So love that they are doing that.
And, I want to give you kind of this little snippet. They say it's just like 4 short sentences, five short sentences I can count.
You're going to keep talking about it. It's going to go up to 20. Jeez.
But, it really just kind of hits home for me. And I apologize if I butcher the Spanish of this, but it says, through highs and lows, through victory and defeat, nuestros sueños nos levan, even when we can't see where we're going. But we can't dream alone. Whether it's a parent's guidance or an abuela's wisdom, the feel of a pen on paper, the beat of a drum, or the sound of a ball hitting the back of the net, we all got our wings from somewhere. When we take flight, we're never by ourselves. We carry everyone who made us who we are. And if that doesn't make you want to go buy the birch, I don't know what to do with you.
I didn't have time to make a slide for this, but these gold hoops that say Volemos on them, earrings, you have to see them. They're so cute. Like they're $30. I know I heard everyone talking about these at the tailgate when we were, I think I heard someone talking in the elevator about getting the hoops. I'm like, I have to check this out. And that's what they are. They're super cute, just gold hoops that say Volemos on them. So check it out. They're doing some fun things. I mean, I just love it all. And again, I am too broke to buy all of it, but I encourage all of you to at least get a piece of it. Yes. I mean, I would love some gold
Nina doesn't have her ears pierced.
Oh, crap. I forgot. You don't have your ears pierced. Why don't you have your ears pierced again, Nina?
I'm afraid, Z's.
You're afraid. Oh.
I don't like needles.
All right.
Remember, you held my hand for my first ever flu shot. Like
that's true. No, you are right. You are right. So, all right, let's move on to what is ACFC doing as far as in the community. They're always first and foremost out in the community, whether it's volunteering or allowing opportunities for people to be a part of this club. But let's talk about this week. So on Thursday, July 13th, there's going to be a Pride Pantry that's going to be sponsored by ACFC and DoorDash. Staff supporters are going to volunteer at the LGBTQ Center to assemble boxes. In 22, they actually donated over 485,000 meals through their partnership with the LGBT Center and the All Peoples Community Center. This is going to be in Hollywood, Boyle Heights, and South LA. So the goal is to provide 130,000 meals to Angelinos. If you want to be a part of that and you want to volunteer, or maybe there's something in your life that requires you to get some volunteer hours, these are amazing ways to do that. It looks like it's going to be this one will be from 1 to 4 at the Anita Mae Rosenstein campus. It's all on their socials if you need to find the address. There is a parking structure on campus because parking is very important to all of us.
Thank you, Los Angeles.
Yes.
Thursday, July 20th brings 2 really cool events. They've got a farmers market presented by Angel City and Sprouts. They partner and volunteer at the Garden School Foundation's Farmers Market held at 24th Street Elementary School, distributing fruits and vegetables to family in the community. Super excited for that. And then also on July 20th, Omni Chef Visit at the Los Angeles LGBT Center culinary program, also hosted, of course, by Angel City. They're partnering to support the LGBT Center's culinary program by providing an intimate experience with instruction from an executive chef. It's a 12-week culinary program that's going to provide the foundation of culinary schools for students so they can actually secure jobs throughout LA. I love this so much as somebody who actually majored in hospitality, despite Christian thinking it's a degree that doesn't mean anything. Thank you, Christian.
Yeah, right. Who gets a degree in hospitality?
Me. This is really cool. I did a 12-week class too. Mine was once a week as well. And, mine was 8 hours, not just 1 hour.
Am I too old to do this? Can anybody do this? Is this like a kid thing, or can I just restructure my whole career path and go and do this 12-week culinary course and I don't know.
I mean, why don't you go and volunteer and let me know how that part goes first?
All right. I may do that. I need to hit up some of these, honestly. I'm definitely thinking about partaking in some of these. But honestly, it's very hard on the weekdays.
You were going to say I'm definitely thinking about switching my career. I was going to laugh.
Hey, who knows? Well, like we said, these are happening during the week. And I know that's very hard for a lot of people to get involved in things during the week because you guys all have jobs. But if you are available on Sunday, July 23rd, there's
shout out Luke, happy birthday.
Sunday, July 23rd, there's going to be a River Fest hosted by Friends of the LA River. It's an open-air arts, film, and community resource festival celebrating the LA River. Angel City FC staff and fans will volunteer at this event, while ACFC will also be hosting a tent. It is going to be from 5 to 9 at Los Angeles State Historic Park. So that is definitely something that a lot of people probably can get behind. Maybe we should check it out. That would be kind of fun. I mean, that's definitely doable, and I would love to show up. If you guys are planning on going out to any of these events, let us know. And like I said, maybe I'll try to make it out to some of these volunteer opportunities because for my nursing, I do need volunteer hours for my portfolio. So I would love to maybe have these and help out in the process. So.
Yeah. And then one last bit of Angel City news. We are talking as fast as we can. We got a drum and chant session coming up, sponsored, of course, by all of our wonderful supporters groups, Pandemonium, Valkyries, Mosaic, Rebellion 99, Poderosas, and, of course, our tailgate partner, Relentless Ladies. Sunday, July 16th, 10 a.m. at Jesse Brewer Park. Make sure you get in touch with your supporters group and get more information on that. Show up, show out, show loud. I just made a tagline for them.
I don't. That's the only drum I got. So, and there wasn't even a joke that was funny enough to warrant a rim shot, but whatever.
Hey, I'm hilarious.
Right. What did your fortune cookie say one day?
Share my abundant humor with others. It's still on my fridge.
All right. Well, when you find it, please share it with the rest of us. I would love that.
Forget you.
All right. So we've talked about NWSL. We've talked about some Angel City stuff. Let's move on to our World Cup watch because it is fast approaching and so exciting. Obviously, I'm going to talk about what happened at the tailgate here in just a minute, but let's put some stats up that are pretty impressive when it comes to what's going on with the World Cup and the NWSL. So what we're looking at on this graphic is 60 NWSL players are currently playing in the World Cup. 60 players. That's incredible. I mean, this league is clearly producing talent that is recognized all over the world. This is, all kinds of countries all over the place. And half of the competing nations, so 16 of 32 of them, have an NWSL player on their squad. That is so impressive. It's so exciting. And all 12 NWSL clubs are represented. So there is a player from every squad or every team in this league that is out there on the world's biggest stage. Couldn't be more proud of these women and what they're doing. They're clearly top of their game when it comes to this sport.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I love this. If you're with us on YouTube, you're seeing the stat bit that was put out by the NWSL, but you can also find it on their Instagram. Super proud of everything that this league is doing. And I don't want to say it makes it hard for any other league to come in and compete, but I don't know.
Hey, stats don't lie, right?
Yep. And, as we prepare for World Cup, it's really important to know where you're going to watch at 2:46 a.m. So
Right.
here's some watch parties for you. We do know that Angel City is going to do some kickoff watch parties that are going to start Wednesday, July 19th at 11 p.m. So I had to remind Panda, even though usually I act like the old one in the group, that bars are open till 2 a.m. So an 11 p.m. kickoff isn't actually that bad for a bar because they're going to be open.
I don't think I've seen 11 p.m. at a bar at a long time.
She literally asked me, she's like, wow, they got bars to open at 11 p.m. I was like,
well, I mean, it's Wednesday. I mean, it's LA. I mean, honestly, if this were New York, I would be like, oh, no big deal. But LA, I mean, things do close early. I mean, I've definitely seen it. So when I think about 11 p.m. and having a watch party, I'm just like, I don't know. That just seems so late. But
oh, no, by that time, I am no makeup, already showered, in my PJs, in my Betty bed.
At 11 p.m., you're deep in REM already.
Oh, absolutely true. I'm in bed by 8 usually. That's why we have to do this by 7.
Absolutely.
So Angel City is going to be at 33 Taps in Culver City, as well as 33 Taps in Silver Lake on Wednesday, July 19th. If you want to kick it off with our Captain Allie Riley.
Is that 66 taps? Does that make 66
taps? Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, did I read it wrong?
Oh my God, your abundant humor is supposed to catch those jokes, Nina.
Sorry, my apologies.
All right. In addition to that, Los Angeles Soccer Club in North Hollywood, which is very close to me. I did not even know this. And I see Chandler Boulevard in North Hollywood. I'm like, wait, it's like right down the street from me here in Burbank. But they are going to have some group play watch parties. And I know it's kind of hard to see on this graphic, but they are definitely posted out there on LA Soccer Club. But they're going to have a watch party as well at 11 at their place. So if you can't make the one at either of the 33 taps, this one's available. But then they're also going to have a lot of the other games that are going to be happening. They're going to have on July 20th, Nigeria versus Canada. And then July 21st, there's going to be the USA versus Vietnam. July 26th, USA versus Netherlands. And then a couple of the other ones that are in our group are going to be playing as well. So if you can make it out to North Hollywood and you want to watch these are going to be at what I call decent times. I mean, they've calculated the times. I mean, 11 p.m. is the latest. The other ones are 7:30 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m., 5 p.m. Those are the times. So those are very doable times for us to all get together and watch these girls play in the group stages.
Yeah, absolutely. We would be remiss if we didn't also tell you to go check out House of Football. I don't think they've put out their schedule yet, but we are big fans there. We've actually recorded live from there in the past, so definitely check them out as well. Great place to sit and watch every game, every match, whether it's the Women's World Cup or just your regular Angel City matches. They're always happy to put something on one of their many, many TVs for you. So looking very much forward to that. And as a reminder, we're going to be recapping the World Cup every Tuesday live at 7 p.m. You can join us and add your commentary in, just like Defenders of the Bank are poking and prodding at us right now. You can be live in the comments too. Get in there, give us your opinions. And, we are now 24 minutes in, but we have just a little bit left before we get into this game recap.
We're almost there. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for sticking with us. The last thing I did want to mention, because I think this happened after our last pod, was Amandine Henry, sorry. She's out of the World Cup. She sustained an injury, and can't say we didn't tell you guys. So I think we mentioned this on the pod when we talked about her, that she was hurt coming into it. And, I don't know. I mean, what are we doing? We're still buying players off the clearance rack, and it's just not working out for us, unfortunately. And I don't know the extent of her injury. I don't know if it's one of those that works to our advantage, meaning she's just hurt enough to not make the World Cup, but she's going to be healthy enough to be able to fill in and help us out. I have no idea. You know how Angel City is when it comes to player injury status and everything. We're all in the dark here. We don't know. So if we do find out, we will let you know. But as of now, she will not be going to the World Cup. So hopefully that means she can get here and start training and maybe, maybe start getting gelled with the team in some way, even if it's on a social level or, just kind of seeing tactically what we're doing and how she can fit in once she's healthy.
Absolutely. Wishing her a speedy recovery and an easy flight to Los Angeles. But,
right?
Let's get into this game. But let's first start with what happened before the match, because it was the first kind of World Cup watch party. And we know this was the send off to the World Cup, not an actual World Cup match. It was the last friendly before we depart.
Right.
But this was kind of the test as to what an Angel City watch party could be like. And a bunch of people brought their chairs, brought their picnic blankets, picnic baskets and Yogi Bear out, and they all watched the U.S. women's national team. And this was a really fun game. It was a little harder for us to see back in our normal tailgate spot, but loved meeting all the new people that came out and got to see it. So make sure you guys shout out to us if you are just joining us for the first time also.
Yeah, we did have a few people come up and are like, okay, so what's this all about? And so I think there clearly were people that are fans of the U.S. women's national team, and they just happened to make it out for the watch party that they saw and probably stayed for the Angel City game. And I have no doubt they are probably now brand new fans of Angel City because of that game. But yeah, they stopped by, asked who we were, and we introduced ourselves, and hopefully they, are somewhere out there listening right now. And then a few who did know us and want to come and say hi that we had never met. So if you came up to our tent and you said hello, we just want to give you a big shout out. Hello back to you. Thank you so much for being a listener, a subscriber, a fan of our podcast. That was exciting.
Or at least tolerating us.
Or at least need background noise on while you're like cleaning the house or something.
Yeah, thanks for the listen. Going into this match, though, we did know that we had some people that had already left on international duty. Yeah, said duty. Hertz, Thompson, Riley, all gone already but Endo still here in the building. So nice to see Endo out. Vignola out on injury. Emsley out on injury. Of course, Christian Press, Simone Charlie, Merritt Mathias also out on injury. Right. But they were all hiding out together in a suite.
Oh, yeah. We walked up from to the suites to the press box, and I looked in there, and they were all in there hanging out. So they do exist, people. They are there. They're watching the games and everything. So that was kind of cute to see.
And it took a lot of self-restraint not to just barge in.
I know. Be like, hey, guys, what's up?
How do you get your press credentials and season tickets revoked?
You barge into the suite where the players are and harass them. So we decided
I'm their future coach or assistant coach. I'll be Becky's assistant.
I'm the future. You're such a fan of Becky. You are not going to try to boot her out at this point.
No, I'll be the future assistant coach. So they should know who I am. I should go in and introduce myself.
Oh, okay. Maybe next time we'll do that. We know where they're at. So, all right, let's get into this game. We've spent 30 minutes on news, but there was just a lot of it, a lot of things that we thought were important. But now let's get into this game because
we won.
All right. So that's the end of our game.
We beat number one.
We beat number one. I know. Let's talk about, and going into this matchup, now we had a game in hand, obviously, but going into this matchup, if you looked at the table, we were in dead last. We were in 13th place because I guess Current had done something, or I don't know. I don't even
already played.
Yeah. So they had already played. So going into this matchup, they threw it up on the screen during the game that I was rewatching, and we were bottom. They were top. So, I mean, talk about a tale of two different seasons at this moment. So this makes this all the more exciting. And like I said, let's get into it. We already know Angel City did beat the top-ranked North Carolina Courage 2-1 at home Sunday night, following a goal by Savannah McCaskill and an own goal that was set up by newcomer forward Elizabeth Eddy. It was credited to Brianna Pinto, who actually scored it. But you know what?
Sucks to suck, Courage.
Sucks to suck. So anyways, let's get into kind of what happened and our thoughts on it and kind of interject
some more smack though first.
Nina. Read
Fine.
read your stuff.
All right. Courage opened the scoring in the 15th minute when you know it, you know her. Our ex, Tyler Lucy, chips the ball over the head of Paige Nielsen, finding midfielder Frankie, I'm going to mess this up, Tagliaferri. And she actually sprinted forward, beating Reed, and sends a great diagonal pass into the penalty arc, which is the nice D at the top of the penalty area, which is 18 yards out, where Brianna Pinto, who we're going to hear about later again, was making a run. And from just inside the 18, Pinto is actually able to one-time a ball to the lower right-hand corner of goal.
All right. Well, unfortunately, yeah, that's going to happen. And now we're down 1-0. And I like how Angel City didn't let that affect them. They really didn't. Because just 3 minutes later, we're going to see defender Kiki Pickett. She's going to misclear a corner kick that was kicked by Lebion, and it fell to the forward Scarlett Camberos, and she was able to kind of burst past Pickett inside the box. She sent a low cross that kind of made its way in front of the goal, where McCaskill, she was kind of lurking, made her run just perfect. The ball bounced off her torso and into the net. They did want to check to see if she was offside, but she was not. The goal stands. Nope. We are now tied 1-1 in the 18th minute. So you can imagine, okay, we're feeling pretty good.
We're feeling great. And, Savannah definitely earning that goal. We celebrated her 100th goal, which we know happened in the previous away game, but she had her mom there to give her flowers. She got her 100 jersey awarded to her, and now she is on the board. She has the tying goal, and we go into the 26th minute, and Savannah is not letting down. She gets a great cross into the box, which finds Camberos, who actually misses to the left. It was a perfect ball that should have had us up 2-1. And, we're going to definitely want that one back. And, you were talking a little smack about Camberos the same way that I talked previously, at least a month ago, about my girl MA, but she heard you.
I can't say it was smack. I said I have a tendency to forget about her, and I just want her to continue to do things that are memorable, which obviously she did in the 18th minute. She was very memorable in that moment with her, and I have a few more notes about her. So yes, no shade on her on that. Sometimes, that's hard to redirect a ball like that, but she's going to want that back because it was a beautiful ball by McCaskill. And if she could have got her head on it just right and directed it, I don't think there would have been any chance to be able to save that kind of ball.
Yeah, but get in the comments, guys. Let us know what you think about Camberos. Do you miss her on the pitch? Are you seeing something we're not? Let us know your thoughts and feelings.
I'm warming up. I mean, like I said, I just want to see more. I feel like every time I pay attention and yearn for more, she'll do something, have a giveaway or I don't know. She'll do something that I remember that I don't want to remember. So I want to remember things that are good. And, that's it. That's just one person's opinion. That's just my opinion.
But let's talk about good, and let's talk about our girl.
Mm-hmm.
An OG fave of ours, because we got to sit next to her in a room and she actually knows our names.
Yes, she actually knows who we are, and that's all we really need in life is for her
validation.
To know that we exist. But can we talk about Sarah Gordon for a moment? She has such a thankless job. Her job does not get on any kind of stat line that people flock to. People have to search for it. If you're a defender, then it's probably easier for you to pick those out and to know what a beast she is. But she is a beast, and it was all because of her pass to Weatherholt that ended up in a corner kick. This corner kick, well, in the 40th minute, Sarah Gordon is going to get on the end of that came by way of Clarice Lebion. She volleyed the ball towards the goal where it bounced off the far post to McCaskill. She tried to kind of volley it in as well. It was saved. And in that moment, I had no idea how that did not go in. It was so close. It was such a nice little tap off of her foot, off of a corner. I don't even think it hit the ground. I think it went straight to her foot, and it was directed beautifully. Oh, I wanted that for her because she put the work in and she deserved the accolades of her work.
Absolutely. You said Sarah Gordon's not at the top at stats, so I pulled out my nifty little folded up stat sheet, and let me just tell you about my girl Sarah. She is the number one Angel City player right now for completed passes in the match. She had 34. She was number 2 in dribbles for the team. She was, I saw another one. She was number 3 in completed passes into the final third. Like, if this is not just telling you, yes, it's thankless, and you don't see a lot of this, but when we look at what she's doing, expected goals for Sarah Gordon, she's on there. She's our 5th most likely to have scored for this match.
She definitely could have.
0.16, which isn't great, but still, she is there. She is number 4 for touches with 50 touches on the ball. She's putting in work.
She's a hustler, baby, So, and another person who's a hustler, McCaskill. McCaskill has some jets.
Yes, I do sleep next to my stats like this.
Oh my gosh, you and your stats. McCaskill, we talk about her all the time. She's fast. She ran down a play where somebody got close. And she, I don't know where she came from, but she was on her. Nothing happened from that. And
she doesn't look fast from a distance, but as soon as she's running next to somebody, you're like, oh, that is fast.
Well, she has such a short stride.
That's what it is. And she's tucked.
Yeah. Like Sarah Gordon runs with a long stride, arms going. Like she looks like she's running fast. McCaskill's like, I know. I wish you could see this. If you heard that on I don't know, Spotify or Apple, that was really weird. I apologize. But anyways, moving on, we're going to get close again as Camberos. She's going to make a great run to get a ball into Le'Veon. Unfortunately, just too many defenders are there, but I like this level of attacking that we're doing. I feel like we are just creating a lot of chances. We were making so many runs down that right-hand side by way of Jasmine Spencer and Camberos. And real quick, let's talk about Jasmine Spencer, because I did see something out there, and I think it's good to address this. Somebody had mentioned, like, I thought we had decided that we liked Spencer better as a forward. And I'm like, I think we do. But when you don't have any other options back there with Vignola out and Riley out, I mean, you have to do something. And who better than someone who has played in that position? Mm-hmm. And I think it was a fantastic move. She was all over those Courage players. She was stealing balls. She was making plays. She was a force out there, and we love to see her up top. And believe me, she got her chances in that forward position to take shots and create those attacking shots. But, I just want to say that real quick in case people are like, why is she back there? Well, who else would you have put back there?
Yeah, I agree. And I definitely think that it's just a matter of this is a one-off as opposed to a commonplace. And, it's something where we do have other people. Unfortunately, they're not available right now. And it's not something that I think is going to happen every game. And they still played her tactically different than when she was just playing defense, because she was still making these incredible runs on the ball. So, it's also being played differently than when we had her in defense previously. So I'm not mad at it. She rocked it out. She always rocks it out. But
absolutely.
Let's get into this, because statistically in the first half, we had 45% of the action taking place in the attacking half, with us recording 13 shots to their 3. If you want to talk about coming out swinging and saying, who's number 1? Oh, is it you? I don't think so. That's exactly what we did. We put them on notice that we are here and that I'm sorry, you might have lost some players to the World Cup. We might have lost some players to the World Cup, but
who adjusted better?
Yeah, we adjusted better. We have more depth. And get out of here. They tried to come out. Oh, go ahead.
No, they said on the broadcast is something like Courage hadn't conceded a goal in like 440 some minutes. Yeah, it was bizarre. I was just like, oh my gosh. So we decided to take care of them. They were on a 5-game winning streak. Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
They don't really suck. We were just better. So anyways.
Yeah. They definitely tried early on in the second half, when in the 47th minute, I'm going to butcher it again, Tagliaferri sent a ball into the 6-yard box for forward Olivia Wingate. I think I'm butchering everything tonight. Herachich was actually able to save that headed shot. And then in the 49th minute, Jasmine Spencer, she had a near miss. Le'Veon actually turned 2 defenders to play across into the far side of the penalty area. And Spencer was crashing the box unmarked, and a shot from an angle with her right foot. But Roland blocks that ball out for a corner kick. Pickett was able to come out of nowhere and also get a foot to it.
I was just looking at stats real quick, and I know there were the last 4 previous Courage matches, regular season, were all shutouts. Just FYI. So good work on them for being able to figure out how to break through that defense. And anyways, I don't know. Keep
We're
going.
in the 58th minute, and our ex Tyler Lucy coming out there. She tried to get a goal on us, but that offside flag goes up.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. And as much as I like Lucy, she was definitely not the person I wanted scoring a goal against us. You never wanted, I just didn't want to see it. I didn't want to feel it. I did not need to have any kind of gun shows going off in our match against them. And thankfully, we wouldn't get that. She was offside. I think it was Paige Nielsen who did a good job of staying back and keeping her, making sure she was offside. So I like to see that. Now, in the 63rd minute, we're going to see LaRue and Eddie come on in for Endo and Camberos. And that's going to prove to be quite an exciting matchup. We're going to see a lot of action from them. But McCaskill, she's going to take another crack from distance in the 65th minute after midfielder Madison Hammond. She tapped a short sideways pass to her just outside the penalty arc. Her curving shot was on target into the upper left-hand corner, and Roland did well to make that diving save.
Yeah, a lot of great defensive plays also from Angel City, not allowing NC to do much at all. We got the go-ahead goal in the 77th minute.
The game-winning goal, Nina?
Yes, the game-winning, also known as the go-ahead goal. We talked soccer about that last time. Elizabeth Eddy actually nutmegs Pickett, and it's beautiful. And Eddie describes it. She's like, yeah, I saw her overstep and then I knew the meg was on. And she nutmegs Pickett inside the 18 and sends a low cross into the 6-yard box where Courage defender Kaylee Kurtz tries to make the stop and instead redirects the ball into the goal, taking an own goal. But Elizabeth Eddy, yeah, can we keep her?
Yes, exactly. Take a bow, Elizabeth Eddy. That was incredible. I don't know. There's just something about it. You can see a player the way they play and watch them, and there's just something about them that you're like, yes, I want to see more of that. Like there was just a lot of confidence, a lot of tenacity, a lot of she was just an aggressive player, and
Absolutely.
she had. I mean, there were definitely some other opportunities that were created by her as well, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. Now,
I loved watching her, and I loved that Freya actually talked. Freya. Oh, I did it. Womp, womp. Oh my God.
Who are you?
It's been so long with Freya that I just. Bleh. Becky actually says that one of the things that they've been working on is it doesn't have to be pretty. And Eddie says the same thing. Eddie says, you just put the ball with pace across the face of goal and you never know what's going to happen. And that's exactly what I like. Beautiful soccer is an amazing thing. There's something about seeing some of the best and most talented players have these incredible shots that, just showcase their skill and their talent. But I also love dirty soccer. I love that dirty soccer that you just put that ball and you just hit it hard and you see what happens. And, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And this is what that is to me. And, as I talk about dirty soccer, you want to talk soccer to me?
Yeah, Nina, I want you to talk soccer to me. And I want you to explain something to me. Now, at this point in the game, we are about in the 82nd minute, and we're going to see Angel City do something that it's going to make sense, but it might not make sense to somebody who's just, doesn't have a very high soccer IQ. They like watching the game, but maybe they just don't understand all the little nuances about the game. Talk soccer to me about the tactic here at the end where I counted them, for 5 minutes, we lived in that far corner by the flag. What was going on there?
So what happens is certain fans start to feel neglected. So the players like to just go and stand in front of them. No.
Oh, okay. That's what that was. Cute. They sure got a lot of show.
They bought the VIP package in that corner. So the game had to spend at least 5 more minutes there in order for us to fulfill our contractual obligations. Now, what was happening here is a classic legal time wasting soccer tactic. And we see other soccer tactics for time wasting that aren't necessarily legal, like punting the ball really far out of play so that way the other team can't get to it for a restart, or taking too long on a throw in or a kick, or not backing up the 10 yards that are required for the other team to restart. Those are all not legal time wasting tactics. And those will
Right.
always result.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are all gonna have the
Yellow cards.
referee, doing something, warning them, saying, okay, come on. But
Yeah.
in this
So
instance,
those are considered delay of game because those are preventing the game from restarting. But in this instance, the game is still in play. The ball is in play and the players are all within playing distance of the ball. So in soccer, we have also what's called impedes the progress of the opponent. So that means you're not allowed to do what you would consider a pick in basketball. You're not allowed to just stop and not allow your opponent to get to the ball. But if you are within playing distance of the ball, if you can put a foot on the ball, if you could potentially play the ball, you're allowed to stand there and kind of hover over it. So we were doing that. We were hovering over the ball in the corner and trying to keep the ball in play in order to run down the clock. And this is a legal time wasting tactic. And they did it with so much grace, so much pizzazz. It fulfilled my heart.
I mean, yeah, it was effective. Essentially, there were 5 minutes there towards the end where we dominated possession of the ball because it was just hanging out in the corner. There's nothing they could do. They tried to get it out, but every time it ended up back in our possession, it's almost like we went right back to that corner. And that's exactly what was supposed to happen. And I mean, is this something that do they practice this?
Yes, you absolutely practice this. And you're going to see it most of the time when your team is ahead and there's just a few minutes left and you don't want to risk getting the ball too far into play. And it shows itself by dribbling down to the corner and just keeping it in the corner. It shows itself as short corner passes and then dribbling down and staying in the corner. It shows itself as multiple throw-ins and taking it down to the corner.
On the broadcast, they said that, like they're a little shocked that they were starting this so early. But in my opinion, it lasted for so long. I feel like it just frustrated the crap out of the Courage. And then, I don't know, then you kind of lose your head about it. I mean, at that point, like I said, not a whole lot really happened after that. So it was a super effective tactic. And again, it was kind of funny to watch. I mean, you're just like, how long can they go on for this? And they did. But I will say, during all this, there was one moment where Eddie got the ball, and instead of dribbling down the side, she actually kind of faked him out, and she got a great cross into the box to LaRue. She got her shot saved, but man, what a great attempt! And I think in that moment, it really threw off the Courage because they were assuming they were going to do the same thing, but she saw that open space, and she's like, you know what? Let's try this. And it almost worked. It was so close. And speaking of LaRue, did want to address this in the 90th minute before stoppage time actually happened. She went down. It looked like she got a boot to like the side, like the rib cage, like it knocked the wind out of her. A lot of people were chatting online and wondering like, I hope it's not her knee. I hope it wasn't. But I mean, we saw what we saw. And I really think she just kept holding her chest. And even when they were going over, the trainer was over top of her, he was kind of like feeling like, her rib cage and her side. So I think she just got the wind knocked out of her. She may, who knows, bruised her rib, maybe something that might be a little uncomfortable for a few days, but whatever, who cares at this point? Cause we've got some time to chill. We got some time to heal.
Yeah.
So that's
definitely
kind of a good thing. So hopefully it's nothing big. Hopefully it was just a little knock. But anyways, we're going to get 3 minutes of stoppage and it doesn't matter because that's it. The whistle blows. ACFC wins. They take out the number 1 seed in the NWSL with a victory 2-1. Nina, let's talk about stats.
Yes, and I love me some stats, and I love these stats even more. 21 shots for Angel City, 7 on target to the Courage's 9 shots with 5 on target. We gave them some possession until those last, 5 minutes or so. We let them pass more. They had better pass accuracy, but not by much. We had 76% to their 80. Fouls, they outfouled us 11-7. They got that 1 yellow. We were offside just slightly more, but we had 11 corners to their 2. And, I do love it. I do love it. Mario is saying it right here. We did it to the Wave, and now we do it to the Courage. We are giant killers. Yes, Mario. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take a look at this current standings and see Courage, unfortunately, remain on top. But whatever. We know we can beat number 1. And here we are in 10th place. We've got 17 points. So we are making our way up. If we get 3 in our next match against the Wave, who are currently now in 6th place, that
Right?
puts us at 20 to their 21. Not saying that we got a chance, but
We got a chance.
We look good.
We got it.
on our way up.
Yeah. It's not over. I mean, yeah, it's going to really determine a lot on what other teams do as well, but it's okay. I mean, I feel a lot better about things now than I did, several games ago. Or, we could talk about this, pre-Becky, post-Becky at this point, because it's definitely a tale of 2 different teams. I mean, unbeaten in, what is this? Is this 5 matches now?
Yeah.
Is that how many it is? I know I wrote it down. It's probably somewhere in my notes, but yeah, unbeaten. And that's insane.
It's huge.
I love that for her. I mean, I think she wishes some of those draws were actually wins, which they could have been, absolutely. But I think I'm really happy with where we're at and how we're playing. This team looked really, really good. They were very they're very confident. They were very attacking minded. They defensively they look strong. I don't have a lot to critique. I mean, definitely not perfect. Definitely things to clean up, but I liked what I saw. I think trending right direction.
Absolutely. I love this. And as we go into a 3-week break before the World Cup, before our next game, as we prepare for World Cup, we actually see our final 2 Fugazi Cup matches. We're going to take on the Fugazi Cup. We are going to be playing Portland Thorns, who are currently ranked 2nd in the regular season. Great gameplay against them. San Diego Wave, our rivals, on August 5th at 4:30. That's going to be away, I believe. Portland Thorns, I believe, is at home. Yes, 7 p.m. at home on July 29th. And then San Diego Wave away on August 5th, both for the Fugazi Cup. So we'll see what happens there. And then our next regular season match isn't for more than a month. So this is kind of insane to me because it gives so much time for teams to do so much. But we are going to see Racing Louisville on August 19th at 4:30. And Racing Louisville currently sitting in 7th place. These standings are locked in for now. Nothing is going to happen here for a month.
Nope.
Which to me is insane. The whole table, the whole world could change.
I mean,
a month.
Everybody
happened in less than a month.
Teams could look completely different after the World Cup based on just how things go. And, injuries could happen or things could happen while they're practicing. Other people could actually step up. It's going to be real interesting to see how things shape up when we get back here in August as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely insane to me, but it is what it is. Our next team, as we said, is going to be Portland Thorns. So let's take a look at them. Our head-to-head, we are 1 win, 2 draws, and they have 2 wins. Our last game against them in the Challenge Cup, they did win 3-2, but that's not a shutout. That's some good goals. And we like to look at those ESPN playing style, 100 words or less about them. And this one's interesting because they're calling out a lot of people that ain't going to be there because they are going to be in Australia and New Zealand. But what they say, I think, still holds true and rings true is with Portland Thorns, we are going to see talent and force. But you know what? Let's put Eddie out there. Give her a full freaking match because if there's anybody to me that has like a lot of oomph right now, it would be her. And they attack and defend out of the 4-3-3 shape. We'll see if that still holds true, relying a lot on Sam Coffey to set their tempo. So we will see. I feel like with our depth, no matter what any other team does, we got them. We got them beat. So
it's going to be interesting.
And, we do sit currently 2nd in the table for the Fugazi Cup. We've got 4 points, so we're not out yet, but OL Reign are there with 10. So we're basically out because we would need to win both of our next 2 matches, and OL Reign would have to lose both of their next 2 matches.
Don't they pick 2 other teams, though, that are, also do it? I mean, because
if we look, KC Current is the only other one, and Gotham, we do need to look at them in groups A and C. So we'll keep an eye. There is still a chance that we could advance in this Fugazi Cup and win the, $1 gajillion or some ridiculous amount of prize money that they've put in for this one.
I think that's
So-
exactly correct. Yes.
Yeah, so there's still a shot. Like if we can take these two out, even if we win one, draw one, I think we have a really good chance now at advancing. And if you had told me that a month ago, I probably would have gone, "Psh."
I know. I kind of wrote off the Challenge Cup early on. It was just not looking good. And it was something that I'm like, there's no way we need to focus on this. We really need to focus on the regular season. There's no way we can be competitive in that and make the playoffs in the regular season as well. Like that just didn't seem right. So, but who knows? I mean, it's second half of the season. It's going to look a lot different. I really am excited for it. I feel
Full tweet
like
ahead.
full tweet ahead as the shirt. That was amazing. I love that shirt so much. Who was it that gave them that? Was it Pandemonium or?
I actually don't know who did that.
It was one of the supporter
Somebody
groups who
tell
had
us.
the
Somebody
t-shirt.
tell us who made the full tweet ahead shirt and tell me where I can get one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I do. I love it. What a fun little play on words. So, anyways, I think we've spoken quite a bit about everything. I think we've given you all a good little insight into the game, how we feel. I have one question for you, Nina, just because I'm curious. This isn't in the notes, but the starting lineup that we had for this game,
Yes.
what would I guess if we have everyone healthy, sans the World Cup people right now, what would it look like to you?
Spencer up top, Vignola in the back.
And then who would be out?
Oh, I'd have to look. I'd have to think through. And it truly
I
does
think it
depend
was-
on the opponent.
It was Endo, and it was Camberos, and
I'm sorry. I just need to see a little more.
I would say Endo. I think Camberos is actually more threatening.
Ooh.
No, honestly, like in the
Yeah.
box, in that position, I think Camberos is a little more aggressive and a little more threatening. So,
Okay.
as far as our midfield,
see
are you sold on Hammond and Weatherholt and Le'Veon?
I am. I really am. I
Yeah.
really am. And I know that's a weird thing to say, but I've been Team Hammond for a while now. I think she
Mhm.
brings a lot to the table. I think McCaskill has a great eye for things. I love the way Le'Veon possesses and holds the ball. I'm in.
All right. I like it. All right. I have to agree. I mean, I was just kind of curious on your thoughts as well. But, anyways, let's go. Obviously, Becky had a lot of thoughts in the I have to mention this actually real quick. When we went to the press conference, Savannah McCaskill came in and she only had her sports bra on and her shorts because she just gave her shirt to a kid. She's like, sorry guys, I don't have a shirt. I just gave it to a kid. So obviously we're not going to be like, oh, you need to go get your shirt from that kid. Like, whatever. We don't care. Like, she did the interview and then it was Becky's turn to come in. And I think she said, where's Sav's clothes? And she was like, where did her shirt go? And it was really funny, but
I laughed so hard. I was like, yes.
I know. But either way,
And I mean, that kind of just shows the relationship that Becky also has with these players. There's a familiarity, there's a friendliness, and there's a trust that's there. And there's a camaraderie that you really do want to see between a head coach. And I like that you don't put interim, that there is between if you're with us on YouTube, she has Becky Tweed head coach.
no
Forget the
interim there. Come on.
No
Come
interim
on.
there.
No.
But you see it and you feel it and you love it. And what Becky says here, I think just really embodies what everyone in this community feels. And that's, I'm always pushing to win and get 3 points in every game that we can. Momentum is really important. I don't believe in luck. I believe you create your own luck. Monday to Friday, we're starting to do that now. And hard work pays off. Hopefully, we can continue to grow.
Well, I think that is evident in what they've been doing, and I'm really excited to see what direction everything goes. This break should be pretty interesting to see what they do with it, with their time. What is going on with my hair? I don't even know what just happened. Wow. Is there a ghost in here that's like,
Doing your hair?
I don't know what's happening. But yeah, anyways, good episode. I enjoyed that. That was fun. I like winning. Winning is fun, guys. I hope we do a lot more of it. I really do, because these games are a lot more fun to watch back. Do you know how sad it was to watch back matches that ended poorly? It was just like, I know what's coming. It's like I'm just waiting for a beatdown. It's coming any minute, and I did not like that. So this was fun. Let's keep it up. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And here's our fluff.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's get into this real quick. Oh, Nina. We're going to play Worst Millennial Ever. I know you are 2-0. And I'm making these very easy. I kind of like I was setting you up for success.
I appreciate that.
But they should be easy. You should be good at these. You should know the answers to these. So this is a real short one. You should know this. If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
Can I get a hint?
It's said by
Davis.
it doesn't matter. It's an old lady that says it because a kid pees his pants, and then in an attempt to make the kid feel better, someone says they wet their pants too, and they're like, peeing your pants is cool, like, trying to make the kid feel good. And the old lady walks up and says, if peeing in your pants is cool, then consider me Miles Davis.
Is this like a movie where the guy goes back to kindergarten? Is it like an Adam Sandler thing?
I'm asking you for the movie.
I should need. What's the one where Adam Sandler has to go to kindergarten again? Is that it?
Billy Madison?
I don't know what it's called. Does he go to kindergarten?
Oh my God, you don't know the name of the movie?
Am I right?
It is Billy Madison, but I'm giving you a half a point for that because you don't know the name of it.
Adam Sandler has to go back to kindergarten?
Yes, that's Billy Madison.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ugh, I don't know if I should award you full points for that. Oh my gosh. This is why you're the worst millennial ever. Right, Mario? Oh, come on. You have to know this.
I'm sorry.
Billy Madison. It's the best. It's a very iconic scene in the movie. It's amazing. So, anyways,
hey, at least I know who Adam Sandler is. Okay.
True. Thank God for that. Can you show everybody the new addition to your family, please?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
So
it's
Nina's
weird 'cause it's in my text messages.
Whatever.
So I don't want to like be weird about it.
It's okay. You can put just the picture, right?
How? Hold on.
Just click on the picture.
There. Oh,
Nina's brother, who lives in New York with his wife, they're out there in medical school. They got a new addition to their family, and I just think everybody should see it because it's amazing.
Oh no, I can't just share that one tab.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a cute little cat. Nina, please
It won't let me do it. Hold on.
Do better.
I'm trying to do better. I don't know.
Do you have that secret of text messages happening that we can't see them?
I don't know. I don't know who. If people want to know that they're in my text messages.
People texting you that are like, I don't know. We shouldn't. Don't tell anybody we text.
I'll just put it up. It's not that secret. There's nothing secret here.
The cat's adorable. Can you not pull up the cat?
Cat?
What happens when you double click on the cat?
I already did. It won't show it.
Well, everybody,
all right, we're putting that away.
It's an adorable cat. I thought everybody should see it. So
everyone should see it. It's a very cute cat.
It is. Just pause it on YouTube when you get there, and you'll get to see it for longer than half a second. It's cute,
and you'll get to see all of my text messages, but only some.
They're not that exciting.
Karen's gonna learn that I have her in my phone as Karen Jackaneva, Jackaneva's mom, because I put Karen Jackaneva's mom, and then for some reason her last name became Jackaneva's mom. So she's Karen Jackaneva and Jackaneva's mom.
I mean, I didn't even look at that. I was too busy focused on the kitty cat. So that's good.
Yeah, no one's phone numbers are in there. You'll also see in there that I have a nickname for JR in my phone. That's a 2 hearts ghost, 2 hearts, as Siri likes to say, because he's my boo.
Boo? Oh, is that what that means? I thought it's because he ghosted you.
He doesn't ghost me.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
in love.
I didn't know what that was.
It's because he's my boo.
He's your boo. That's cute. That's cute. All right. I think we talked long enough. We are.
Wait, no, I have one more thing because
God.
None of you acknowledged this in my group text to you, Christian, and JR. For those of you who don't know, they all have always given me like this hard time. Like, no, we're not millennials. We're meh, meh, meh. We're all these other things. They're like, oh no, we're not millennials. And like being a millennial is such a bad thing. It's really not. It's not a bad thing at all. But they all like to give me so much of a hard time for it that I decided I had to send them all this one thing. And it goes, shout out to everyone born between 1980 to 1985. You've been Gen X, you've been Gen Y, a millennial, the Oregon Trail generation, a zennial, an elder millennia, and now checks notes, a geriatric millennial.
If this weren't a family-friendly podcast, I would say so many things right now to you. You just called me a geriatric millennial. That is rude. I'm not a fan of this, and we're no longer friends. I'm sorry.
Geriatric millennials were born in the early 80s.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what we are. But it's so funny that you go to bed. You go to bed before all of us.
Mario admits it.
Yeah, but you go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I mean, we'll stay up to like 1.
Yeah, speaking of,
it's about past your bedtime.
Way past my bedtime. The sun is going down and I need my beauty sleep.
All right, I gotta go get cat food. So that's what's happening. Anyways, this has been fun. I'm gonna dance us out of here. Bye.